If at 25 there is no one in sight, will you kill yourself? No. So where are we all rushing to? You're always active. Every time you're proactive. But the fact that you have spare cash to spend does not always mean that you should spend it. Okay, hi, hey my loves, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, hi, you are so welcome to the channel. My name is Deborah Boms and you're welcome. So in this video we are going to have a conversation, very chill, and I feel like these conversations I really love when I talk about these things, and you know, one person in the comment section, 2 people, 3 people are like, this really touched me, this was a word for me, I've been struggling with this and this really helped me. Like, it just makes my day, to be honest. And I really love that what I'm saying is actually helping people. So today we are going to be talking about things that I wish I knew early on in life, early on in my 20s. I am still in my early 20s, and these are just things that I wish I knew early on in life. And it is basically adulting tips, adulting 101. Let's talk about adulting. Like, I know there's this online conversation right now about adulting and everybody's talking about it and how, you know, nobody prepared us for adulting, so what are we doing, you know, and sometimes it's really funny. The conversations are really funny, and you know, today we are going to let's talk about it. Okay, let's just talk about everything, and I feel like we'll have a part 2, but let's get into this first one and see what we have for today. Okay, I'm gonna just open up my notes right now because I have everything that I want to talk to you guys about down here. So the first thing that I want to say is stop putting yourself on timelines, or let's say stop putting yourself on unrealistic timelines. There's so many timelines right now which are based on certain standards, right? Oh, you must get married before 25, you must get married immediately you finish uni, you know, things like this. And with things like this, I just feel like it puts you in a box. It puts you in a place where whatever comes at that timeline, you just take it because yes, this is what I want to be doing at this time. So for instance, a life partner, you're 25 right now, the person that you are seeing right now, you know that this is not the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, because there's certain boxes that they do not check, if that makes sense. And then you're like, well, I mean, I could just compromise. Life is all about compromises, and I could just, you know, it's just a few things and we can work on it. No, you cannot work on it. You need to not settle for less than you deserve because you are putting yourself on a timeline. Yeah, you might just be setting yourself up for something that you do not want, something that might be very detrimental to your mental health, emotional health. You end up fighting traumas, you end up healing traumas, you end up going for therapy when you shouldn't even be, you know, that traumatized, if you get what I mean. I'm a firm believer in, you know, like having like goals and setting realistic timelines to those goals, but again, always make space for, you know, like eventualities. If things don't go this way, okay, can we go this way? And don't put yourself in a box just so that you don't always end up in disappointment, because repeated disappointments can lead you into some sort of anxiety and depression. If at 25 there is no one in sight, will you kill yourself? No. So where are we all rushing to? Do you get me? Take this time, take your singlehood and really focus on yourself and build. The 20s are for you to build and pour into yourself. Out of yourself, you then give out. When your cup is overflowing, you then give out, if that makes sense. So yeah, so that's the first thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about. The next thing that I want to say is stop taking criticisms from people that you would not go to for advice. There are a lot of trolls on Instagram right now, people in your comment section, click, they're always clicking, always trying to bring someone down, always trying to make someone feel less than they are everywhere. Trust me, don't take it to heart. Stop. Like, if you know that this person that is criticizing you or talking down on you, you don't rate them, you can't vouch for them, they are nothing to write home about, why are you taking their opinion? It is irrelevant. Like, it's literally irrelevant. If this is someone that you know that you cannot go to, or you know that you cannot reach out to, why are you stressing yourself? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If you can't go to them for advice, don't even stress yourself. Back then in secondary school, when I just going to secondary school, I was like JS1, maybe JS2, JS3, and you know, I was just coming from primary school now, and primary school is all fun and vibes. Like, you know, we come out, we go to break time, we eat, we laugh, we run around the playground, come back to class, we're laughing, you know. Everybody was just happy, and you know. And then I got into secondary school, and then there were like people who were just giving me this negative vibe. Like, they did not, there was this boarding house versus day students clash, and you know, like it was just like me, I was just like, what's going on? What's this one? And then, you know, when someone doesn't like you, and then they always come to you, they always stare at you, and they're like, you know how people eye you, and they're like, and they keep on eyeing you, and you're just there like, what did I do? You're just there like, what did I do? You're just living your life, but there's just someone there in your business all of the time. And to be honest, it messed with my self-esteem. It messed with me that time, but we've grown. I mean, I became such a shy person because I was just like, these people don't like me. Let me just be staying on my own. And I think that was even the point where I became like, you know, very introverted and always on my own. But we've grown, and we are still trying to, you know, come out of our shell and everything. But I'm just saying, like, when I look back now, I'm just like, this babe, who was this babe actually? Like, who did she even think that she was? You know, and I'm just like, nah, all these things were not really worth it. And don't take criticism from people that you would not look up to, people that you can't go to for advice, people that don't, you know, you can't rate them, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. And it would do you a lot of good if you can be able to filter what people say about you. Take the one that you know that, okay, this applies to me. I've gotten a few people that have spoken about this about me, maybe I should work on it. Be able to filter, be able to know when to take people's advice, be able to know when to say, okay, no, you're just projecting your insecurities on me, and I'm not going to take that. So be able to say, or be able to discern when to take people's advice and when not to do that. Okay, so let's get into the next one. So the next thing that I want to talk about is making and prioritizing time for yourself. Personally, I was in Covenant University when I was in uni. Basically, my whole life, let me explain how my life was. I wake up, go to church because it was compulsory, go to church. I'm in class, from class I'm back, maybe in library, or I'm in another building, I'm reading. I go to CAF, get my food, get back to my room, eat, sleep, repeat. That was my life. And when I came out from uni, I was like, girl, what did you do? Did you just go to school to read books? And it was almost like I had no social life whatsoever. And I was just like, well, I mean, what's done is done. And right now you can see me from my vlogs. I'm, you know, trying to go out more. I'm trying to try new things and make time for myself. At least back then, if I even incorporated little things like using movies to relax, that would have been better. It would, at least, is something. You get what I mean? So I was just living, I was just existing, you know, and I wasn't really doing things. I didn't even know what self-care meant at that time. I didn't know how to prioritize caring for myself in the midst of all these things that I'm doing. School, that time I wasn't even working, because in Covenant, which work do you want to work? I was a makeup artist basically, but how many makeup jobs did I get in school? Did you get? So like prioritizing self-care, I didn't know that. And now that I know that, I'm happy, and I tell people you need to prioritize time for yourself, especially if you are now someone who, you know, you tend to put people or prioritize people over yourself. That is I'm never going to tell you guys to be selfish. I'm never going to say, oh, you need to be selfish. This one, everybody, all the content creators say that these days. But one thing that I've learned is it is good to care for people. It is good to show up for people, but there needs to be a balance. There just needs to be a balance where you show up for people, but then you are also showing up for yourself. I think there's a book, there's a book about that, something like that. The Art of Showing Up for Yourself and Others, I think. I haven't read it, but it's in my head because I know the book and I want to read it. But yeah, that's the thing. The art of showing up for both yourself and showing up for others at the same time. So you need that healthy balance. Prioritize 30 minutes of your day to just do things you love. If you watch my vlogs, I started doing, I got flowers the first time for myself. It was so good. I felt so good. I love the smell. I love how it brightened up my space. I go out now on solo dates. I go out to eat out just because I want to, just because I just want to leave my room and not just stay in this box. So you get what I'm trying to say, like try new things, try new experiences. And if you're someone like me, or if you're someone who used to be like me, always living in your small shell, you need to step out. It's time to step out and try new things. Okay, but still try things that are within your comforts, like things that will make you feel comfortable around yourself. Me now, I watch movies a lot, and I know how to balance it well with my academics. I watch movies a lot. Korean drama, you can't find me any other place. It has to be Korean drama. But yeah, so that's just what I'm saying. You need to prioritize time, and when you prioritize yourself, it helps you to check in with your mental health. It helps to check in with your emotional health. So you're basically using that time to be present. The day is always busy, it's always loud. How many times, how many minutes in a day do you just stay and bask in your own, like bask in silence, bask in just your own company, and just wash my hand like this. Like how many times you just take your time and just enjoy your own company. Do you get what I mean? So do things that make you happy. Make time for yourself. Okay, it gives you a chance to check in with yourself, gives you a break from being on all the time. You're always active. Every time you're proactive, you're always on the move. It gives you time to just slow down, pause on life, and just relax. Okay, you need it. You're working too hard. You need to make time for yourself. Okay, so we're going to the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about quite briefly is money. Yeah, we need to have the money conversation. Okay, we need to have the money conversation. Although I don't like talking about money on this channel, but this conversation needs to be had. So the fact that you have enough money to spend or spare cash to spend does not always mean that you should spend it. Let me explain. Personally, I grew up and I learned how to save from a very young age. You guys know, if you're African, you know that wooden saving box, the one that the carpenters will knack for you and put a hole in the middle where you put your money. Not these ones that they sell in the shops these days, or not these piggy banks that they sell in the shops. The old ones, olden days ones, wooden box. I used to have that, and then I would save my money, save money from like lunch money when my dad would give me money for school, and things like that. And then I would save it, and then when it's Christmas, we'll open the box, would break the box. I and my siblings, I can't remember if my siblings used to save, I don't know. But me, I remember vividly that I used to save money, and I would break my box, and it was Christmas time. Whatever I find, I'll use it to go and buy. If you go to Malam shop, they will have like balloons, and then different sizes of balloons you tear. It's like a lottery kind of thing. I can't remember how it was. You get something, you peel it, and then the number that corresponds will give you the balloon. I know we always want to get the big one, so things like that, I'll just use my money to spend on it. And so I used to save. I had like a saving habit basically, or we use it to buy like fireworks for 31st night and all of that, even though my dad didn't allow us to use it. But like, we just use the money to just buy things, and it really helped me to learn how to save. I can say I save. I still have that saving habit. And the fact that you have gotten like a raise in salary, or you've gotten like a raise in income, does not always mean that. It doesn't even mean, not always, it doesn't mean that your lifestyle should increase immediately, or your lifestyle should upgrade immediately. So let's say you get a new job now, the job is paying way more than what you were earning before. Pretty amazing. That's good, but that does not mean you change your car, you change your apartments, you change your wardrobe, and change your lifestyle altogether because you've gotten an increase in income. No, life is in stages. You need to just be you need to move progressively, right? And just because your income increase does not mean that your lifestyle should just make a drastic change. Oh no, I'm not saying don't upgrade your life. Me, I'm a firm believer in upgrading your life. I'm a firm believer in putting yourself together, looking put together, changing your wardrobe once in a while to look, put together, and you look good. Get what I'm saying? So you look good and things like that. So that is good, but do it progressively. Don't change car, change house, change wardrobe, change laptop, buy new camera, do everything all at once. No, that's how people are getting broke, because small money enters their hand that is more than they've managed before, and they don't know how to act, they don't know how to behave. So I was reading a book that was talking about saving, and how saving is more advisable, even more than investing. Like, the way he explained it kind of made sense, but I know a lot of people preach on investments and that's how you grow money and everything, but he was really talking about like saving is what is mostly stable. Like, where you're saving your money. Investments can crash, investments can loss. Like, investments can just something can happen to it, it can depreciate, or one thing sha. And with savings, that your money is your money, is your money, you just know where it is. Do you get me? So he was just advising that you need to save money, which is what I'm telling you guys now. You need to save money. You people, just because you have spare cash to spend does not mean you should spend it. Save it. Okay, I think they call it rainy days. Save it for rainy days, for days where you just need money urgently, and you go back to your savings and you can actually sort yourself out. You get. But lastly, one thing I want to talk about is building habits for yourself, and don't build your life around a partner. See, I feel like this point is a topic on its own. You are first a person before you are a partner to somebody. This also ties down to the whole point of caring for yourself, prioritizing yourself, doing things that you love. I do not hope, I do not pray that the person that you plan to spend the rest of your life with ends up not being the person that's in campaign. It's like hell. So I don't wish that on my enemy, honestly, but sometimes it can happen, because it can just happen that someone that you planned life with, you guys don't work out again and you guys go separate ways. It can happen. So what do you do then? If you are, I think they call it, there's something about, I think, attachment style. There's some people that have this attachment style. I can't remember the details about this, but there's some people that are just too attached, that detachment is a problem. When they break up, it's almost like their life is over, they cannot function. That is because you've built your whole life around this person. Again, you are a person first before you are a partner to somebody. Build your own person, build your own life, have hobbies, do things on your own. Don't always wait for time with your partner for you to feel happy. Don't always wait for time with your partner to feel loved. Self-love is also important. Me, I'm a sweet lover girl. Like, I am a sweet lover girl, but I have learned to build my own happiness outside of a relationship. I have learned to build my own happiness outside of friendships, and it's really key, because anything can happen, and you, at the end of the day, you only have yourself. This is something that I wish I knew earlier, and to be honest, it would do a lot of good if you are able to detach from a relationship if it doesn't end up how you envisioned it to end up. So yeah, I am a sweet lover girl. I am not saying don't express yourself in love. I'm not saying don't love someone wholeheartedly. I'm not saying don't love from your whole heart, right? I'm a sweet lover girl, me. But one thing that I have learned is I need to be in touch with myself, and I need to also build my own life, so that if anything happens, at the end of the day, I have myself. Do you get? And yeah, so have hobbies, have things that you love to do without your partner that is just specific to you. Yeah, I think I've done justice to that topic, but that topic deserves a whole video on its own. Because ciao. And I think that's pretty much it about this video. It was really lively. Today I have a burst of energy. I don't know where from, but I really love how this was very conversational. And yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I love how it was very expressive. I love how I have passed this message across. If this message got to you, if you can relate to any of these things, let me know down in the comment section. I do want to make this I do want to make a part 2, so I don't know what to call this. Should I call it Adulting 101, Adulting series? I don't know. Give me a name if you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this one, drop a name for this series. I don't know if it would be a series, maybe just part 1 and part 2, but drop a name that we can use for the community. And yeah, so let me know down in the comment section what your thoughts are. Like it if you give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you are new, please don't forget to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in one of my other videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.